Alright guys, welcome back to Legends of Evil, where I talk about villains outside of comics. And today, I'm going to be giving you guys a Transformers villain. Something I haven't done in a while. Yeah, Transformers villain. And probably the biggest Transformers villain. Not just in, literally the biggest Transformers villain. Literally and figuratively. And that, of course, is the World Eater Unicron. Now, Unicron has a very interesting, backstory to him in most iterations. Now, he first appeared in the 80s film Transformers the movie, where he turned Megatron into Galvatron, tried to destroy Cybertron, and was defeated by Rodimus. He was also voiced by Orson Welles, which was sadly Orson Welles' final performance before his passing. Which sadly Orson Welles didn't give a crap about being Unicron, because I think he did an amazing job, honestly. Anyway, so Unicron is as most of you guys know, is a world eater. He is this planet-sized transformer that devours planets. And I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, he's just a Galactus ripoff." Nah, Galactus. For one, Galactus doesn't really eat the planet. He just drains the planet of its energy and kills it in the process. Whereas Unicron literally eats the planet. He literally takes bites off the planet like it's a cookie. So, yeah. Also, Galactus feels nothing but remorse for destroying a planet and ending an entire civilization, but believes he's doing a just cause because he is prophesized to restore he is doing the galaxy a favor in that every time he destroys a planet, a new planet can be born out of the ashes of it. So he's the galaxy's custodian, more or less. Whereas Unicron, even though he does need to eat planets to survive, he's at peace with it. He's very much like, yeah, I'm enjoying committing mass genocide on a daily basis. I'm very at peace with destroying entire worlds, not just to feed me, but because I like doing it. That's Unicron's whole thing, and aside from the planet eating, that's where the line between Galactus and Unicron really divide. So, Unicron, as I said, first appeared in the Transformers movie, where he was destroyed by the Matrix that was held by the newly christened Rodimus Prime. And from there, his body was destroyed, but his head survived, which his head more or less had some of his life energy, but was mostly used as a battle station throughout the third and fourth seasons of Transformers, where most villains would try to use it. Even Starscream's ghost tried to use Unicron's head as a weapon. So, until Unicron was finally defeated. The other thing is that Unicron also had the ability to traverse other universes. It was more or less, and I'll get to that in a moment because it gets a little confusing. But yeah, Unicron made his big appearance in the movies, some minor appearances in the TV show, but it wasn't until Transformers Armada that he returned. He was mentioned now and again in Beast Wars and a few other places here and there, but it wasn't until Transformers Armada that Unicron made his return in what is known as the Energon trilogy, which is Armada, Cybertron, and Energon. Or is it? No, I think Energon's last, and then it's Cybertron. I'm always getting those two mixed up. But yeah, he made his first big appearance in Armada, and it was more or less said that, and I don't know, if they wanted to keep this, but they only mentioned it briefly, was that it was the same Unicron just from a different universe, because apparently Unicron has the ability to traverse the multiverse. He is so powerful that he can break into another universe, which didn't make much sense to me, because, it was Unicron, but isn't Unicron dead in the original G1 universe? So why is he here rebuilt? That was the explanation I always got, was that it was the same Unicron from the Generation 1 universe that broke into the Armada universe. That was the train of thought, for the most part. So, Unicron in Armada helped create Galvatron and also rebuilt Starscream in a way, it was a very vastly different Unicron, who had also servants who were like cultists to him, like Thrust and Sideways. Sideways and Thrust were like his heralds, in a way. But they were more like cultists than anything else. But I guess you could call them heralds. It's also funny, again, another parallel between him and Galactus is that there was a comic a few years back, right after the Age of Ultron comic by Bendis, that what happened was Galactus ended up in the Ultimate Universe and he attacked the Ultimate Universe and merging with the Galactus, which was this hive mind kind of like cybernetic version of the Flood from Halo. It was weird. It was a weird comic all in all. But yeah, that whole kind of traversing the multiverse thing just kind of helped me think of that once again. So Unicron did some more stuff throughout Cybertron and Energon, but he wasn't a big threat as he was before. Much like in the initial G1 movie, he appeared a few more times in the Rodimus era of the show, but he never really did. He was never the big threat once again. So yeah, Unicron took a dirt nap for a while, and it wasn't until he returned in Transformers Prime where he got a major change-up. Unicron got a major change-up in the continuity. In the Transformers Prime continuity, he's still a planet. Yeah, Unicron is still a planet, but he's our planet. That's right, Unicron in the Prime continuity, after being defeated by Primus and the 13 Primes, went into a deep hibernation, and throughout the eons of floating through space, he ended up in the sun's gravitational pull, and the Earth formed around him. Yeah, he is literally the Earth. And when Unicron woke up, he was starting to wake up and starting to transform, the Earth was kind of on him, and he kind of considered them, get these friggin' pests off me. The other thing about Unicron in the Prime continuity was that he's kind of considered much like Primus and the 13 Primes are considered God in the Cybertron religion, Unicron is the equivalent of Satan. So that was kind of the thing, is that, Unicron was considered this, like, Cybertronian version of Satan, which, if you look at him, it's not too far from the truth. So Unicron in this continuity, in the Prime continuity, didn't really form himself, but what he did do was basically create these stone manifestations out of Dark Energon, and even used Megatron and made him not Galvatron in the final movie. In the final movie, closing the chapter on that story before we got, Robots in Disguise. And there, he was finally defeated because they defeated the Dark Energon. They destroyed what was left of Unicron. So that was kind of the whole thing. That really, it still boggles my mind that Unicron was Earth in this continuity, and I found it hilarious. I always found it was like, yeah, try explaining that to flat Earthers. It's like, no, it's not really. The Earth is on. The Earth's flat. No, it isn't. It's totally a giant robot that life grew from, and it wants to kill us all. Yeah, hey, try explaining that one. So that was the last time we saw Unicron in animation, but no doubt he'll be back at some point or another. The other thing, speaking of Unicron, he's actually finally going to appear next year in the IDW comics. That's right, he hasn't Unicron, as far to my knowledge. Yeah, he's never appeared in the IDW comics. I think he may have appeared in the Dreamwave comics or whatever it was before IDW. But yeah. Unicron has never appeared in the IDW comics, and they've been around since, 2000. So he's never appeared up until now. And I think that's really cool that they've been, waiting to use him for the proper moment. So I'm really excited to see what they do with him. And apparently the first place he's going to attack, since now the IDW Hasbro comics are all in one universe, apparently Unicron's first attack on his way to Cybertron and Earth is going to be Rom the Space Knight's homeworld. So I can only imagine what that's going to be like. So, anyway, guys, there you go. There's just a bit of history about Unicron the Destroyer. Really interested to see what you... Yeah, I just always dug this character and have been meaning to talk about him, so I was like, you know what? Let's talk about him. So yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of Unicron as a villain? Do you guys like him? Do you guys hate him? What's your favorite version? And what do you guys think of him finally appearing in the IDW comics? And what kind of stories are you hoping to see with him? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.